We've all seen the billboards, we've all heard those annoying radio ads, and it's worked. The Advanced Medical Institute now claims it's treated more than 300,000 men. But critics argue it's bad medicine and it's a rip-off. So tonight we take you undercover, exposing the hard sell that's netted this company millions.
I believe in miracles. You sexy thing, you.
My room's full, but I'll get you to have a seat in there. Fill that in and I'll come back and pick it up.
At the AMI clinics, patients don't get to see a doctor. A nurse takes their blood pressure and then they speak to a doctor by phone.
No allergies, so come on.
Hi, how you going? Good, mate.
I'm appalled by the level of care.
Professor Chris McMahon is an expert in men's health problems.
I cannot understand how a patient can be effectively treated without an opportunity to directly talk with a doctor and to be examined by a doctor and to have whatever investigations are required.
Cheers, mate, thanks.
The consultation we recorded on hidden camera took just 2 minutes. Then it was off to talk to a saleswoman.
It's too many men, so little time.
So many men, that's right.
They prey on the minds, you know, the problems that men have, but they don't want to talk about, which is a sad thing to do.
Greg Bennett didn't even go into a clinic. He did the whole thing online and by phone.
Paid over the phone with a credit card.
And Greg, how much did they want to charge you?
First offer was $2,000, which I thought, no, that's just too much money. Then I got it down for 3 months, was $700.
Try it. It works.
Russian-born gynecologist Jack Weisman is AMI's managing director. How can you possibly prescribe treatments when people don't even see a doctor face-to-face?
Because of the shortage of the doctors in Australia particularly, a lot of medical services now over the telephone.
Maybe so, but former office staff say they were called on to hand out the drugs.
We had to give the customer their medication and then tell them how to use the medication, even though we're not qualified to do either of those jobs.
So you're not a nurse or a doctor, obviously?
No, just a receptionist.
Rebecca and Helen worked as receptionists at the same AMI clinic. So you were called upon as a receptionist to show people how to use drugs?
Exactly.
And this included injecting drugs?
Yes.
How would you describe what the clinic's doing?
Totally unethical. Completely unethical.
Only doctors and registered nurses can give any medical advice.
So you would tell us these people are lying, they were never called upon to hand
To my
over
best
medication.
knowledge, the receptionist only hand over the medication.
Jack Weisman says patients are given this DVD which explains how to treat themselves. But as our hidden camera shows, even the sales staff claim to be medical experts.
So we're talking in probably 18 months at the most, it'll be an injection to the base of the penis every time you have sex for the rest of your life.
She's painting a worst possible scenario to coerce him into using medication.
We show Professor Chris McMahon our hidden camera footage.
We're the only people that can fix you in this stage. Once you get to there, all over.
It's appallingly high-pressure selling. He's been given misinformation and has been pressured to buy medication.
And look what happens when our patient says he can't afford the $2,000 for 12 months treatment.
I'm really going to have a sit back and work out how I'm going to get the cash for this.
I can't do that, Dylan. I've got to do a payment plan. The doctor has to do the script today, otherwise it's invalid.
Scripts are valid for 12 months. Worse still, no one at the clinic mentions possible side effects to our patient. And Greg Bennett claims no one warned him that he couldn't mix the drug AMI gave him with a painkiller he was already taking.
No, I blame them for not letting me know a bit more about what was going on.
And how angry does that make you?
Oh, very angry, very angry. Yeah, considering what I've had to go through.
While it's impossible to prove what caused Greg's seizure, Professor McMahon is convinced it was the mixture of the drugs he was taking.
He had a severe reaction, had an epileptic fit, and as a result fractured some bones in his back.
If it's happened, it's the first case of hundreds of thousands of patients I've had something like this can happen.
So you're telling us here it's impossible to say why he had that seizure?
From our records, I cannot see any wrongdoing from the doctor's side.
AMI AI's big selling point is this nasal spray, which they say is unique because it can be used as needed. But if customers complain it's not working, then they're generally given tablets. And those very same tablets can be prescribed by any GP at a fraction of the price.
I think they're providing a level of care to a group of men who are vulnerable, which is substandard.
And if you've had an issue with Advanced Medical Institute, we want to know about it. Send us an email.